can busy people like me really, really learn from a place like Hippocrates, because for me, it's like this give you the path to start, you know, like the steps to start that path of healing. And that's why I'm here to share with my audience why it is so important to start on a place like this, like I did 7 years ago. But I'm doing it again now here in the States with this amazing opportunity that you guys gave me to be able to reset myself, because I don't think there's a thing that you can do only once in your life.
No. So, you know, for everyone that really wants to change lifestyle, the first step is, I think, the commitment to myself, because unless I have a commitment that I want to change, why would I do it, right? So I can start with the food. Yes, I can start when I go to the supermarket and I buy organically grown food, because why do I want pesticides and fertilizers? Why do I want genetic manipulated food? So I can start with that. I can go to farmers market. There are a lot of farmers market all over here, and whatever city you live in, support the farmers that come to farmers market and the organic farmers. I buy as much as I can of fresh. If I buy things in cans, you know, there are preservatives, there are additives. It's not the food really that we're supposed to have. So why don't I buy beans, for example? I buy organic beans, and then I can soak them. I soak them in a bowl overnight so that I actually get rid of something called enzyme inhibitor. Now I can digest the protein better. And then I can sprout it. And very simple is, at home, I just take a colander, like the spaghetti strainer, and after I soak these beans, I pour them over in that strainer and I rinse them morning and evening. And then I can either eat them raw, because they have a little sprout, you know. When you sprout something, and that's what a lot of things we eat here, it's like baby food for me, because you broke down protein to amino acid, fat to fatty acid, carb to simple sugar. This is what all the enzymes and the juices from all the organs in your body would have to do for you to digest it. So now it comes in, it's very easy food to digest. That is the big thing. We add, so at least half of our diet is sprouts. We have sunflower sprouts, we have fenugreek sprouts, and they are so easy to digest, and they give so much more. They give about 10 to 20 or 10 to 30 times more nourishment than the seed or the grain or the bean from the beginning. So, you know, start with things like that. And if you cook grains, for example, like millet, quinoa, amaranth, even rice, then you go for brown rice, wild rice, you soak them overnight. You soak them before you rinse and steam them or cook them. So, you know, learn to do that. And if our diet could be 80% raw and fresh, how you do that, you start making juice. So you have big salads, you add the sprouts, you add your lettuce, avocados, or seeds and nuts. And if I'm starting with 80%, that means if I get a good juicer, then I can put all kinds of vegetables in there. I stay out of the sugar now, because we're all sugar addicts. We had enough of sugar, and we have too much of obesity. A third of Americans are obese, and 5% are morbidly obese. I mean, the side effects of this is not only diabetes, it's cancer, it's all kinds of immune problems. So, you know, if we want to get ourselves out of the sugar train that we all been on, then I need to eat foods that fills me up, that gives me so much nourishment that I don't look for sugar. Because guess what? If I am not satisfied, if my meal, and I was brought up that way too, meat, fish, chicken, you're never satisfied. You want desserts, you want more bread, you want beer, you want wine. It just goes on and on and on. Ask any student here that goes through the program if they want to have any of those added on things after a meal here. No, you're full.
You're full.
You're full. You're satisfied, and every cell in your body is satisfied. Our body works on frequency. The foods that I eat should have frequency too. Only live food have frequency. There's no frequency in cooked food. So our body works ultimately on 75 hertz. And you know, I see a lot. We have testing here that we can test people's frequency, and a lot of people come in and they might even be 30 or 40.
Wow.
Yes, and then after 3 weeks, 65, 70, just to see what the diet does. So I want to start looking for foods that are fresh. Yes, and fruit can be 15%. So
Like 3 times a week have a piece
Yes.
of fruit is not bad.
no, it's not bad. So we will have that, and we'll have cereals, but instead of gluten-rich cereal, then I choose gluten-free stuff like millet, quinoa, amaranth, teff, buckwheat. You know, choose these grains, and choose organic because you want to start. So now I'm not talking quantity anymore. I'm talking quality, and you know, so this is what I do. So I've been doing this for more than 40 years, and sitting and looking at blood tests before and after. Of course, our medical team does that, but then I also get to see how the guests are doing, and it's just amazing. Cholesterol will drop just in 3 weeks, 50 points. No brainer. Some people lose much more. And you see how you have the good fat and the bad. There's no such thing, but the HDL is called the good and LDL is called the bad. HDL starts coming up, LDL goes down.
The hormones, because a lot of women are always worried about their hormones.
Yes.
40, you turn 40 years old, and it's like you're an old lady
Yes,
already.
I know.
It's like your body switched.
Yeah, you switch. And then we blame menopause as menopause
Exactly.
comes. Oh, I got cancer, I got arthritis, osteoporosis, everything comes. No, it's because I've had all these years to screw up, literally. So if I'm aware that I want to have good years to come, then I better start walking every morning and evening. I better take a long walk. I better go to the store and buy fresh and eat it fresh. I don't want to destroy it before I put it on my plate. So 20% can be cooked. So choose the things you love, like the beans, the grains, sweet potato, squash, you know, things like that, root vegetables for that. And then eat everything else fresh. Anything that grows above the ground, eat it fresh, you know. But start with sprouting. I tell you, if you now go to the store and you buy some broccoli sprouts and alfalfa sprouts and mung bean sprouts, add that into your salad. You'll be surprised. You're going to have more energy, and you get some good lettuce, some good peppers and cucumbers, and you know, enjoy food more. Enjoy it, and realize that you're going to start feeling things. And I call it the healing rhythm, that most of us have 10 days on, 10 days off. We kind of detoxify heavier for 10 days, and then we kind of float for 10 days. So we see it here. And then if I have a flu, it's 2 days on, 2 days off. I mean, it's very fast, but most of us go in that circle and or cycle. Really, you know, we follow a 24-hour cycle every day. And most of us, if we don't eat in the times that we really should be eating, if we don't have a cycle, like a lot of people skip eating and then they eat very late. And
also the culture of snacking here in the States.
Yes.
Because they always say, you know, the media says like,
yes,
you have to snack like 3 or 4 times a day, but
yes,
then your snack is like a protein shake. Thing is so fake.
Yes.
It's not like you're eating lettuce every time that you're hungry.
Right.
I think that's dangerous. To me, it was very bad for my health to do
Yes.
snacking like that.
Yeah.
I gained weight.
Well,
I don't know, I was in a bad mood. Like processed food for me, like were like poison in my body.
Right. Well, and we only snack because we're hungry. You know, we have 4 kids, we have 7 grandkids, so we raised 4 kids this way. And the only snacks they would have is some fruit for school. I packed every day, and some seeds and nuts, you know, that I actually soaked. So the seeds, like if I like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seed, I do the same as the beans. I soak them overnight in water, and then I put them in that colander, and I sprout them for 24 hours, and it's so much easier for them to digest. And I can put that on my salad. So start looking into sprouting. and it's nothing new. This is the seeds used sprouting. It's absolutely nothing new under the sun and the moon. You know, what we're doing here at the Institute, we put kind of traditions together with the new science, and that's how it's worked. That's how we have grown through the 30 years that we've been here and the 30 years in Boston. It's you know, we're all stepping stones to each other. A lot of people have put a lot of time and love into this institute. Brian and I have spearheaded it for the 30 years here, and you know, Brian became director in 1980, and I ran a clinic in Sweden, and I was on cloud 9. I just could not believe that I became vegan at 15. So by the time I was 18, I came to this lady who then were in her 80s, who healed herself of rheumatoid arthritis. So I could not believe how we helped people heal themselves. And so by 19, I ran the whole place. And people would come, and they've been told there is no way you're going to heal. There is absolutely no way. And in a few months, they were healed. I mean, they could walk. They had asthma. They couldn't walk up the stairs. Now they were running up the stairs. Kids came with youth rheumatoid arthritis, and they've been told, you know, this is it. You're going to end up in a wheelchair. And they come in crutches and wheelchairs and braces, and gone in a few months. And so you learn not to take no for an answer. You learn that you make the ultimate what you can out of your situation. And yes, are we going to be 100% like we were maybe before? No, none of us are. We all have problems, the weaknesses in our system, but we do the ultimate that we can, and we're happy about it. And you know, that's what I like to see when people come here. They make the choice, and they're gonna be as good as they ever could be, and that you know, that's the most wonderful thing. So more than 80% of our guests come back, and their dream is when they come here in pain and they're suffering and they're been through a lot of treatments. That's half of the group. The other half is here just to prevent the problem, but they all say, you know, next time I want to come just for vacation. I don't want to have my problem, and a lot of them do, and that's the beauty.
I'm very happy, and I feel very blessed to be able to share with you guys everything that I do to take care of myself, to heal, because I do have problems too. Maybe they're problems that you cannot see
No, you
to
don't.
the camera, but I do have. To me, you know, being able to manage temper, and I have a very nervous system that is very weak sometimes. Like I've been having ups and downs. I think it's part of being an actor.
Yes.
You know, that you work with your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and then one day you don't know how to control them. You know,
I know.
Food have helped me
Yes.
to go through my stages in life more in a balanced way and in a happier way. And I think it's very important for people to understand that coming to a place like this, it could really start changing your life.